What's up, class? Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't have to start recording. Okay, so this is step 3. Trying to roll through this before class today. Just ate one bite of Chipotle burrito. And now, somehow stopping myself to keep making these. So this is for you guys. Okay, so think about what pattern or equation you can use in your code for situations like 4, IB equals 4, X equals 9, etc. and add it to your code. So this should only be a few lines. Okay, so let's go back to Matlab. Okay, and we're going to look at here. Okay, so the key with this is being able to store your values so you call them. Okay, how do we store values? How have we done it in all our codes at this point? How do we store numbers? How do we store letters? How do we store anything? In an array, so H equals zeros. Okay, there's different ways to do this. I know some of you guys might have different ways, but this is how I thought. One thing. So we create this array after we calculate the length that has a holding place for each number. Okay. So after we realize what this letter is, we store what the value should be for. Okay. So equals 1. Okay. So in that first place, we store 1. Okay. And L equals 5. Okay. Or oh, H. Gosh, it's confusing you guys. I'm sorry. H. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay. So I'm gonna run this code. Okay. And type X P I for 16. Okay. Run it. Bam. And now we have 10, 5, and 1 stored. So this is not using the sum. It's not using that. It could be later, but what it is using for is figuring out. Now, if we did add a lower Roman numeral in front of a greater one. Okay, so this one, once again, because it goes from greater to lower, we just add them up. But if we have XIV, let's see what happens. Okay, now it's still, with our code, adds to the 16, we know it's wrong, but now we have this number that we would look at. Okay, and be like, okay, this is less than that. So we're going to have to create some ifs in here, okay? So, first one, if H1 of L is greater than or equal to H1 of L minus 1. Okay? Okay? Then, what do? We just add 1. Okay? If that's the case, we just add 1. So once again, if this is less than the previous one or equal to the previous one, so going from greater to least, then we just add 1. Okay? Now, else if H1 of L is greater than H1 of L minus 1, so it's greater than the previous one, like this scenario where 5 is greater than 1, we'll be like, uh-oh, okay? S equals S plus. And you guys could do this in different ways, but I say H1 of L. So in this, I'm going to change. Instead of adding 1, we're adding the value that's we just put there, which in this case is 1, but this allows me to copy and paste and later streamline it in the loop. Okay, H1 of L. Okay, and then I subtract 2 of H, 2 times H1 L. Okay, this is not making sense when it goes step by step. So it makes sense. Okay. Now, some of you guys will be like, "Oh, how do you? Let's run this and see." So we're going to add this to all of them. Okay. The cool thing is now, because we're calling on this vector, I can just copy and paste this after each thing now. I gotta end it. Sorry. Okay. If this doesn't make sense, bear with me. I'm going to see if okay. So I'm going to do the same thing now. Okay. And XIV. Let's see what happens. Error. Awesome. News going to happen. And why is that? In line 39, so X is the first one that goes in here. It's trying to compare the first index with the one before it. But since we're in the first index, there's no 1 minus 1 is 0, it can't do that. So you need to add another, and this is else if, okay? And then if L is equal to 1, so it's the first one through, all you do is just add S plus H. But that avoids us going into this. So only checks this if it's the second number, second index. So if it's the first index, it goes straight in here and does this, because we know we're just adding it. But if it's the second index, then it checks this, okay? So once again, this is for if the sequential indexes are either the same or less. So like XVI, and this is for XIV. So let's run it again. 14, it worked. So let's do step by step through it, so you can kind of see. So once again, we can follow the process. Okay. Let me do it. There we go. Okay, run. Okay. Stop here. Okay. So we know now the length is 3. Nothing added in our array here. Okay, we have XIV we're looking at each time. Okay, so Rn of L, so Rn1, in this case through, equals X. So it's the first index in this array. So as you go through, nope, should go in here. Okay, adds 10 to here, so 10 is stored here, and this is what we're using in our calculations now. If L equals 1, which it is, this is the first index, then it just adds it. Okay, so now our sum equals 10. Okay. Go through again, okay, and now we're at the second index, so Rn of 2 equals I, so it should go in here, bam. Okay, okay, and if Rn is less than or equal, which it is, because 1 is less than 10, and it adds it. Yeah. So this is where it gets tricky, okay, it's equal to V, so it's going to go in here, add 5 to it, okay, and now this is greater than this, so this is not true, okay? Step. Step. And now it goes in there, does that math, and it's bam. Okay, what I stupidly didn't add is I didn't add this to the other option, so I'm going to do that real quick, okay? But you see, so if this doesn't make sense, go step by step through it, okay? Keep doing it. Once again, it only goes in here, does this calculation, if the number is less here. And these are in correspondent to X, correspondent to I, and correspondent to V. Okay, cool. Let me add. Again, the cool thing is I could just copy and paste this. You know, like, how can we make this smaller? Hint, hint, hint. If you're just copy and pasting ifs, obviously you can do them in a loop somehow. So we're going to do that by the end. We're going to show you how to do this in a loop. Okay. Just to make sure it works. And oops.